Free oscillation. So first we know about the free oscillations. When a body is capable of oscillation and is displaced from its equilibrium position and released, it starts oscillation. The frequency of oscillations depends upon certain properties of the body. Such oscillations are called free oscillations, and their frequency is called the natural frequency of the body. Usually the amplitude of such oscillations gradually decreases to zero due to the presence of certain frictional forces called damping force. Hence, they are also called or known as damped oscillations. So, free oscillation is also known as damped oscillations. Now, forced oscillation. When a body is set in oscillation under an external periodic force, then in beginning, the body tries to oscillate with its own natural frequency. But very soon, these oscillations run out and the body oscillates with the frequency of the external applied force. Such oscillations are called forced oscillation. The amplitude of the forced oscillation depends upon the relation between the frequency of the applied force and the natural frequency of the body. For example, when a tuning fork is struck and its stem is placed on a table, the table is set in oscillation with the frequency of the fork. Similarly, when an alternating current is passed through a stretched string held between the poles of a magnet, the string oscillates with the frequency of the current. These oscillations of the strings are the forced oscillations. Next, we learn about resonance. When a body is set into oscillation by an external periodic force of the same frequency as the natural frequency of the body, the amplitude of the oscillation is very much increased, and this phenomenon is known as resonance. Thus, the resonance is a special case of forced oscillation. Consider this apparatus, which consists of a heavy pendulums A and 3 light pendulums B, C and D of different lengths. These all pendulums are suspended from the same cord. The pendulum A is set into oscillation. Soon after, the pendulum B, C and D receives periodic impulse at the frequency of A through the cord and begin to oscillate. This is an example of forced oscillations. It is seen that B and D, whose length, so hence its natural frequency, are different from that of A, have a small amplitude. But the pendulum C, whose length and so natural frequency is same as that of A, oscillates with a much higher amplitude, and this is the case of resonance. The explanation of resonance is very simple. When the frequency of the external force is equal to the natural frequency of the body, then at each step the force helps the body is going ahead in its oscillations. The successive impulses given by the periodic force are added up and increase the amplitude of oscillation of the body continuously. The loss of energy of the body due to air resistance and internal friction also increases with the increase of its amplitude of oscillation. Finally, a stage is reached when the energy supplied by the external force becomes equal to the energy lost by the body. And this condition of equilibrium is reached a little before the amplitude becomes very large. If there were no loss of energy, the amplitude would have become infinite. Now next one is mechanical resonance. When a tuning fork is struck and its stem is placed upon a hollow box of dimensions such that the air inside the box has a natural frequency similar to that of the fork, an intense note is heard. This is because the air inside the box is set into resonance oscillation of large amplitude. If two strings attached upon the same board have the same frequency and one is set in oscillation, the other begin to oscillate. Next example is object placed on a piano may be set in resonant oscillation by the sounding of a particular note. Soldiers marching over a suspension bridge always break a step because if the frequency of their march incidentally coincides with the natural frequency of the bridge may be set into violent oscillation and collapse. Now we know about electrical resonance. A tuned circuit in a radio receiver catches only those frequencies which are very near its own natural frequency, and this is why it is possible to listen a particular station, and this is the example of a electrical resonance. Next one is optical resonance. When an atom or molecule is struck by electromagnetic radiation whose frequency is exactly equal to that of one of the natural vibration of the atom or molecules, the radiation is absorbed more readily than at other frequencies, and this is resonance absorption of radiation.